Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs chapter 1 in the New Messianic Version for September 1st, 2023. The Proverbs of Shlomo, Solomon. Peace, the son of David, beloved, king of Yisrael, he holds on to the heel of God. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord Jehovah, Messianic pre-incarnate, is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and forsake not the law of your mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto your head, you head, and chains about you neck. My son, if sinners entice you, consent you not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk secretly for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow to approve, commend, accept them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our house with spoil, plunder, prey, or booty. Cast in you lot covering among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not you in the way of them. Refrain you foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk secretly for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which takes away the life of the owners thereof. Wisdom cries without. She utters her voice in the streets. She cries in the chief place of the concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she utters her words, saying, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scornings, and the fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof, rebuke, scolding. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and you have refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But you have said at nothing, despised all my counsel, and would none of my reproof, rebuke, or scolding. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge, and did not choose fear of the Lord Jehovah, Messiah pre-incarnate, they would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof, rebuke, or scolding. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkens unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Alright, so why New Messianic Version? Okay, well, number one, I care about my Jewish brothers and sisters. Okay, so there's that. Number two, we've been going alphabetical. So it appears in the YouVersion Bible app, but does not appear in, now I'm blanking. Is it Crosswalk? I'll have to look. The website that I've been using for the other translations after the initial 6. So it's just kind of going down in alphabetical order, and found the New Messianic Version. Found a couple other ones, like the Tree of Life version, which is also a Messianic version. So That's going to probably be one. Young's literal translation, that's going to be one. And so that's September, October, November. I really, as weird as it is, I consider doing the Passion. And I feel like I'm going to do the Passion. Everybody hates on it. And I'm not saying it's going to be a worthy one, all right? Because, like, even Melissa Doherty today posted like a 9-minute video of all the reasons she loves the Passion Translation and thinks it's valid. And there were none. Okay, spoiler alert. But I've read Proverbs enough that I'm curious to see the comparison. Now, what may happen is, it may be the Lanyap, okay? So maybe after we round out 12 translations, we do that as the Baker's Dozen, right? The 13th. And just a thought. So right now, New Messianic, there's going to be the Tree of Life. There's going to be Young's Literal. And the Tree of Life may change since we're doing this one, or we may swap to it. We're going to see. I'm learning about these translations, and some of the ones that were recommended that I would have probably rather aren't on these lists, with the exception of we could swap this one for the complete Jewish Bible. So foregoing the alphabetical order to just kind of skip backwards. I'm going to struggle with these. I'm going to apologize right now, and I didn't do my homework beforehand. Some of the names, Shlomo, okay, I can do that, no problem. What I don't understand is, or didn't understand, is the translations, okay? So when you see me do the air quotes, there was a famous speaker that used to do that, and now I'm going to forget, and it's going to drive me nuts. It was a comedian. She would do air quotes and stuff like that. I got to look for it. Who was Lamb Chop? Maybe it was her. Anyway, sorry about all the just random. So the tick marks, or when I'm pointing, I guess, are the translations. So Shlomo, Solomon, which means peace. The son of David, which means beloved. King of Israel, which means he who holds on to the heel of God. This is going to be a good read, I think. So I'm sorry that I stumbled there, and then not your, but you for a lot of these. I'm not sure of exactly the translation. I'll have to find some footnotes. This app is not including the footnotes, it doesn't look like. And so reading like Yoda was a little bit of a shock. And then the same thing, like a wise will hear, but in quotes it as man. So I guess that's another part of the translation. So this whole chapter, right, is why Proverbs, right? So to receive the instruction of wisdom, judgment, justice, and equity, subtlety to the simple, knowledge and discretion. Wise will hear and increase in learning. Understanding, man shall attain unto wise counsels. And I like that. That's an interesting one. To understand Proverbs and their interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. I like that. I like things that are arcane. That's neat. So, listen to what your parents are teaching you. These are the things they're teaching you. The things that they're teaching you, including the circular reasoning of listen to your parents. So don't listen to what the sinners are doing. Don't go in with them. Don't do bad things with them. You're going to get caught up with them, and you're going to suffer a similar fate. And just telling them, like, look, man, this is all in vain. If you do these things, you know how it's going to end up. So don't do these things. And then wisdom, crying aloud in the city streets. Just trying to ask people, trying to tell people, like, quit being simple, quit being stupid, just come in, quit scorning, quit mocking. I will teach you knowledge. I will pour out my spirit on you, and I will make my words known to you. But you've said at nothing, despised all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, rebuke, or scolding. See, I'm stumbling because it's like, do I just read the translation and then come back during this point and then reread it and say, but you've said it nothing, all my counsel, but you despised all my counsel. And would none of my rebuke, would none of my scolding? And then what happens? Just like a parent, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. Don't do that. Crash. Ah! I told you were going to hurt yourself. As parents, I mean, if you're a parent, I'm sure you understand. So I'm just going to leave it at that. No wonder wisdom would have a similar reaction. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to wisdom. Please listen to me. It's going to end up poorly. Calamity's coming. Calamity. Oh, did you not listen to wisdom? Therefore, they shall eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Sounds like our entire society right now. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkens unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Shall be quiet from fear of evil. Interesting. All right, I will not front. I need to go home and eat. If dinner's not ready, they're going to watch me eat a bag of chips or something in front of them because, oh my gosh, I haven't been home all day. I had my cup of coffee, had my container of water, and that's been it. I found an oat bite, which is a little snack thing, like half a Nutri-Grain bar. It was tasty, but I'm to that point, like, you know how in Looney Tunes everybody starts looking like hams and chicken legs? Yeah. Oh, my stomach's growling. I shouldn't have said those words. Ugh. Time to go home and get something to eat. At least I was able to pull into the park. I was going to go walk, but I don't want my wife to have to figure out where I was when I don't show up because I passed out. So I need to go home and get something to eat. I'm going to record the daily verse. And if you've watched, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the new translation. Help me get the message out there. And, invite people to watch, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Be blessed.